everyone. It's my pleasure to make this presentation to you today. My name is John. The subject of my presentation is Taiwanese eating habits. The main point I want to deliver today is the dietary gap between people in northern Taiwan and people in central Taiwan. I'd like to outline the main points of my presentation. First, we are going to tell you about people's eating habits in central Taiwan. Second, I will move on to northern eating habits. Finally, I will be presenting a summary of Taiwanese eating habits. Let's move on to the next slide. And then Justin will start our briefing.
I'm a native of central Taiwan. The first sentence when people in central Taiwan greet each other is a please greeting, "Are you full?" This is show that people in central Taiwan pay considerable attention to it. Most of early central Taiwan people were engaged agriculture, fishery, and animal husbandry, and it was a profession that used a lot of facial strength. Therefore, this is very special that many people in central Taiwan eat bread meat rice, pork bone rice, or bread pork rice for breakfast. They are heavy and high-calorie foods as a source of vitality throughout the day. The pace of mind of Taiwan people is also relatively slow, so there is no pursuits when eating. People like to enjoy the food because there is a saying that eating is bigger than the import. The food that best responds the taste of central Taiwan is the bread meat rice. Have a meal. This is a most mixed taste to people who wander in other places. Thanks everyone. My part ends here. Next, Zach will begin the next.
I'm going to start introducing about the northern Taiwanese eating habits. People like to eat expensive tea and expensive food in northern Taiwan. Northern Taiwanese are different from those people living in southern Taiwan. They don't like to eat too sweet foods, so northern foods are more salty than southern food. The CPI in northern Taiwan is very high. Therefore, food are very expensive and small. Some people is office work, so they and their children often eat outside. With progress of the time, more and more foods come in Taiwan. People start to accept different food from worldwide, sweet or spicy or other tastes in foods. More foods accepted by northern Taiwanese. They don't just eat expensive and expensive foods anymore. Northern Taiwanese eating habits had become beautiful. Not like people only like to eat specific foods. Thanks everybody. My part ends here. Next, welcome John. Begin the final part.
I have to make the following summary. Taiwanese eating habits roughly distinguish the following 4 items. First, the Hacker food culture. The most important dietary habits in Taiwan are from the development of Fujian and Guangdong food culture in China, and became the Taiwanese cuisine. Today, its main feature is to emphasize seafood. Taiwan has the same diet as the South China. It can now be said to be a healthy eating culture. In Taiwan, food health methods mainly include vegetarian food, raw food, organic diet, fasting therapy, and traditional Chinese medicine diet. Second, the special flavor of the food culture. Taiwan has a variety of special flavors and diets, including the combination of food from the mainland and the outside world, and has become a unique food culture in Taiwan. Well-known people include the temple of Keelung and meatballs of Jianghua, the chicken rice of Jiayi, the gongwan of Hsinchu, the burden of Tainan. Third, the night market is a unique culture in Taiwan, even in the same Chinese community abroad. Cultures such as night market, which gather a large number of nighttime food stalls in a certain place, or other store vendors, are quite rare. The right to enjoy this culture in Taiwan. Fourth, fast food culture. The introduction of fast food culture has caused many snack cultures to be affected. Especially, children prefer this type of food because it is fast and convenient. But it has caused some regional food culture to disappear step by step. Basically, what I'm saying is that Taiwan is a diverse place that can accommodate a wide variety. It is the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening.